Pollutant.
In fact, every time we take a breath, we are inhaling toxic pollutants.
Sardonic.
Thank you, Sir Jeremy replied with a sardonic smile.
Practical.
I like the practical experience.
Circular.
She was holding up a small circular mirror.
Disappoint.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Dad.
Nomadic.
They were settling down, abandoning their nomadic lifestyle.
Soft.
This bed is too hard. This bed is too soft.
Talent.
He performed a song at the talent show once.
Confer.
I'd like to confer with my client now. Thank you.
Incessantly.
But people have been teased incessantly about their hair.
Stadium.
This stadium held 45,000 people.
Budget.
It's a $250,000 media budget.
Dominate.
Humans have come to dominate the planet.
Intelligence.
Well, your son has above-average intelligence.
Ultimatum.
When you say to someone, "If you do not give me a raise, I will quit," that is an ultimatum.
Personality.
You have an amazing personality.
Decrease.
Ducks and geese are decreasing in the world rather rapidly.
Milieu.
Well, Mr. Deake's intonation certainly reflects the motley milieu in which he was raised.
Satiric.
As I drove our old Plymouth toward the exit, a couple of hundred horns blared a satiric salute.
Alchemist.
He could, like an alchemist, change one material into another.
Untamed.
The untamed living creature that appeals to me the most is a tiger.
Diffusion.
See, if the cells are frozen, there's very little molecular movement, and diffusion practically stops.
Stream.
Well, the stream is the only water source.
Clipper.
Get the nail clippers.
Equivalent.
Changing his job was roughly equivalent to firing him.
Fray.
The man's suit is frayed from dry cleaning.
Prolific.
Robert Adam was the most celebrated and prolific architect of his day.
Revolution.
He fought in the American Revolution.
Crab.
Crabs in the lake are also getting fat.
Inhabit. Polar bears inhabit only the extreme north. Tissue.
I was crying, so I reached for a tissue.
Proceed.
A display from the team mascots will precede the match, she read aloud.
Mushroom.
He uses a mushroom as an umbrella.
Listless.
He sat pale and listless.
Stretch.
So is the neck hole all stretched out?
Recharge.
Recharge your cell phone.
Groom.
I need both to help bathing and grooming the other animals.
Dim.
Maybe the sun's light will be dim, so it won't matter anyhow.
Quantify.
We just need to quantify it with a number.
Equitable.
We're supposed to find a fair and equitable settlement, Louis.
Appreciate.
I appreciate your honesty.
Neuron.
And if we think about our brain, it has 200 billion neurons.
Glare.
She stood up, glaring at them.
Marsh.
We followed them through the marsh which smelled of dying plants.
Foul.
The air is foul with decay.
Eclipse.
There is a total eclipse of the moon on Sunday evening, January 20th, 2019.
Incentive.
The jury needs to know she has an incentive to protect him.
Command.
You must obey every command I give you without question.
Puncture.
Our tire's flat. It's got a puncture.
Corrosive.
Be careful with that stuff, it's highly corrosive.
Picky.
I don't know if I want to cook for him. He's kind of a picky eater.
Raven.
Do you know that ravens are actually brilliant?
Durable.
Unlike the paint we put on cars, this paint is far more durable.
Approve.
Her dad did not approve of our love.
Jot.
Did you jot the numbers down anywhere?
Prudent.
The young queen was alert, clever, and prudent.
Ratify.
Paris Agreement has been ratified by 110 countries.
Athlete.
He's a professional athlete.
Ideology.
Day by day, each grew more sickened by Nazi ideology.
Spur.
Ah, you're a lady. The spur on my boot has got tied up with your dress.
Vice.
A vice is like a bad habit, like biting your nails, but worse.
Oyster.
The pearl was made in an oyster.
Debatable.
That's a debatable question, said old Miss.
Deposit.
So you might pay a 10% deposit on a car.
Reunion.
We're going to my high school reunion.
Lay.
Lay me down on a bed of roses.
Occupy.
Men occupy a very small place upon the earth.
Envelop.
Panic and chaos are enveloping the entire world.
Storage.
The first floor rooms are used for storage.
Proactive.
Be proactive. In other words, do something. Take action to change a situation.
Fantasy.
Now I just had to take my fantasy and turn it into reality.
Posit.
And Aryabhata famously posited that the Earth rotates daily on its axis.
Disguise.
He's disguised as a wizard.
Psychology.
Sweet says that he's an expert in human psychology.
Embellish.
She embellished the simple dress with colorful lace and ribbons.
Weird.
What's that weird smell?
Diverge.
At some point our paths diverged.
Infuriate.
Susan was infuriated by Paul's evasive answers.
Spear.
They put a spear into Jasper Jordan's chest.
Repress.
Repressing your feelings is not healthy.
Conquer.
They wanted to conquer Britain with their strong armies.
Thrust.
Take it, he said, and he thrust the sack into George's hands.
Casualty.
So far, there have been no reports of casualties.
Incidental.
You saved Robin, too.
That was incidental.
Superb.
I'm a superb dancer.
Bestow.
I, too, shall bestow a gift on the child.
Adventitious.
That is an adventitious event.
Dissipate.
One more day and the smell would have dissipated.
Resolute.
My husband is the bravest and most resolute man I know.
Cranial.
No evidence of cranial trauma.
Lineage.
I was wishing that I came of a more honourable lineage.
Balk.
Younger Japanese balked at a lifetime's monthly fees.
Irritate.
It really irritates me when a person's cell phone goes off during a movie.
Consolidate.
He must consolidate his power in France, pursue the war with Britain.
Intervening.
The intervening decades have brought wonders.
Corrosion.
The waterproof design would also protect batteries from corrosion in high humidity.
Mental.
In fact, many doctors say that mental health can affect physical health.
Plump.
Perhaps he had found her too plump after all.
Readily.
Suddenly books became readily available, and more people wanted to read.
Cooperative.
In the wild, they are a cooperative, group-living species.